Good morning. So, here we go. Day 3, Friday. AQS Quilt Week, Branson, Missouri. FOF, our friends at FOF, were kind enough to bring me over this Creative 3.0 sewing machine to borrow this week. And I'm telling you, they've got a steal of a deal on this machine. I mean, regular price like $6,500, and they've got it for like $2,800. So if you're in the market for a sewing machine, they have these on a super fantastic deal.
And you did pretty dang good with it yesterday.
Apparently.
For it's your first day.
Yeah, but let me just give you a couple of the little who's and what's it's. And I don't know them all because I'm not a FOF salesperson, but this is what he brought me. It says it comes with a deluxe bag, a quilt binder. So apparently it does the binding on both sides of your quilt at one time, which is way awesome. 2 extra feet, an extension table. $64.99 is the suggested retail price. $28.99, 0% financing, $49.99 a month. So how can you go wrong with that?
The heck with you selling rulers. You're going to be a used car salesman.
I'm not.
Yep.
It's just a really good deal. But anyway, here's their thing. So if you're at the show, their booth number is 1716. If you're not, call Clark because he's awesome.
He really hooked you up.
He really did. And
he is your saving grace.
He was my savior this week, so I can't say enough things about him and his crew. You'd be
sitting there looking pretty funny.
I'd be sitting there looking pretty silly. So
what are we doing this morning? More quilts?
Yes, more quilts.
Which way are we going?
Well, we're going to go this way.
Good morning from Montana.
Well, good morning, Montana.
We're going to Montana soon. Maybe we'll stop at your house, Pat. Pat, can we boondock at your house?
Okay.
Hey, Marla's with us. We ain't seen Marla in a while.
Miss Bossy Boots.
Yeah, she needs to go collecting featherweights for us. So just go clear to the wall, babe.
Clear to the wall.
Yeah, because we seen these ones yesterday.
All right, I'll go clear to the wall.
Maryland.
Well, good morning, good morning. Okay.
I go boondocking at Miss Bossy Boots' house, but
I
hate Chicago.
She lives in the city.
I hate Chicago.
All right.
Ooh. Which way do you want to go? Where do you want to start?
Well, I love this stained glass looking one here. Isn't that one pretty? Eternal Spring. I think that's really pretty.
That's Jan's. Happy Friday, everybody's saying. That is a pretty quilt.
And I always love the classic blue and white or red and white. I do always love those. And this is pretty modern, really. In the scheme of that blue and white or red and white.
Morning, Karen.
Heavily quilted this little guy is. Very
we can
heavily
certainly
quilted.
Boondock in Montana at her house.
Okay.
We're on our way to Montana.
Oh, goodness
gracious. When we leave Boise. No, when we leave Paducah. Hey, this is pretty. Look at all the quilting in this. There's leaves all through it. And little tiny pebbling.
It looks to be wool or flannel, maybe?
I don't know.
Which? I'm not sure which. It's lovely.
It's really pretty. And the leaves are 3-dimensional.
It's from Japan. So it's like hand embroidery.
It's very nicely done. Very pretty. Been a lot of pretty quilts out of Japan and stuff lately.
But this I think reminds me a lot of, it's embroidered, but it reminds me a lot of Sharon Schomburg's work. Doesn't it?
Oh, and we need to talk to Sue about her quilt so she can get it in the mail and down to Dewey's. So, Sue, let's try to talk this evening about your quilt a little bit so you can get it on its way. That is so pretty. But if they would have done like white thread or silver thread, those would have really showed up. It's subtle. That would have really popped with silver thread or a white thread.
I see Claudia's quilt.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
small for Claudia.
Claudia's quilt.
It's very small for her.
I'd like to drink wine out of Claudia's purse. Claudia, let's do wine, like really soon. That's pretty.
Yes.
I love that.
A garden is a lovesome thing. It's a very cool, very pretty quilt. Love that.
I love Claudia's stuff. Hey, look, there's crystals on it.
Yeah, but not a typical huge.
Ginormous amount. Look at all the pebbling.
But I mean, you know, Claudia's quilts are usually ginormous.
Those pebbles are as big as pinheads.
Yep, they're pretty tiny. Pretty tiny. But for Claudia, that's a small quilt
Oh, yeah.
in comparison to normal for her.
She probably used all of her silk scraps. Look at how little of the scraps are.
Uh-huh.
One of these days, she's going to piece one for me to quilt. All out of silk. It'll give her something to do. I still really like that one too. We've seen a few of these already at Daytona, but I like that one. Look at all the quilting in there.
All those circles.
All those circles. And it's all hand appliqued. I can't believe that doesn't have a ribbon on it. Look at all the shadow work
Uh-huh.
in it. Because that's all thread behind it that makes it show up.
It's very cool.
That's
Pretty phenomenal.
There's Janet Stone's.
Yeah.
I always like Janet's stuff. Look at her edging. I bet you each one of those took some time. Very pretty quilt. That's pretty. Sue wants to know which quilt I want to do. Doesn't she want me to do the wedding quilt
I
for
thought
her?
so, yeah.
Yeah. So the wedding quilt, or you can send two, or whatever. We'll figure it out. Whatever you want to do, Sue. I got some extra time. But I definitely love the wedding ring quilt.
This is really nice. Hallelujah. It's a very subtle Christmassy.
It is subtle Christmassy. But look at the prairie points out here in the binding.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I love the edging on that. You need some first aid, babe?
I might need some first aid, but not right yet.
Look at all those quilts. There's a lot of quilts in the building. Hey, let's go over there. The street sweeper.
Well, it's more like the aisle sweeper.
It's like a little Zamboni.
Okay, there's a whole nother room over here. I didn't know.
Yeah, I hadn't been any further than
That
the
room?
booth. Yeah, I had no idea all these were over here.
I can't think this is what they call the ballroom.
Well, apparently this is the ballroom.
Huh.
And it's a pretty room.
It's a gorgeous room.
So I guess they have a little bit of room to grow here.
Yeah, but they won't have any more quilts.
I don't know that I like the lighting for the quilts. But I guess you get what you
probably
get.
maybe has adjustment, maybe. I don't know. What do I know?
That's pretty.
Oh, I could take a nap.
You're not allowed napping. These are all hand quilted.
Yes, I know.
How can you hand quilt like that?
Well,
How does that happen?
you get on your perch
And you learn to curse?
and you.
And you stab yourself a bazillion times until you nearly bleed
I
to
think
death?
by the time you're done, you probably are over stabbing
Look
yourself.
at this. You'll love this. Look at all the flowers.
I know how to make all those little flowers.
Look at them all.
It's pretty cool.
It's kind of a Margot thing. Margot would love that.
We could make those flowers one day.
Very pretty.
It's cool.
Very, very, very pretty.
I needed to go down this way because I saw a quilt.
You saw a quilt at a quilt shop.
Well, I thought I saw it anyway.
You thought you saw a quilt.
Yeah.
Look at all the critters in the...
Yes, that one's out of Japan, I think. I've seen this one before.
I love that. It's out of Japan.
See, I told you. But see all the little houses, the little village all the way around?
And the little squid and
the little children?
And crabs. Yeah, I got crabs.
Dusty!
Hey! All the hand applique and all the beading.
There's squids.
Maybe you got squids.
I don't.
If I got crabs, you got squids. It's kind of nice walking the quilts without anybody around.
Don't tell,
own
because
little
then
private
everybody
tour.
will want to do it.
Well, they can come work the booth. And then they can come do cool stuff. They can come be your helper so I can play
Maybe
along.
this is what I saw from down there. I saw something that was vibrant.
Look at all the quilting in that. It's very nicely done.
That's very cool
It's all
stuff.
thread. Thread and applique.
There's a kitty.
The quilts are just outstanding. You could literally look at quilts all day.
I love the barn one. I think that's really awesome.
Well, look at all the vines. They're all dimensional.
Yeah, I know.
They're all cording. No, Bryce. We are not talking on the phone, Bryce. You'll have to wait a minute to talk to your ma.
Let's see.
Look at all the thread in that. Look at the gobbler. Very, very nicely done. And I'd like to know if that's like straight up thread painting or if those have been embroidered. If anybody knows Ann Horton. Very pretty. That's gorgeous.
It is.
It's a lot of work. You hear us talk about a lot of work a lot, don't you? That's a lot of work. Yeah, but that is a pinch of work right there. What size are those? Inch?
I don't even know if they're that.
Half inch? Finished? Postage stamp? Yeah, that's
It's pretty awesome though.
gorgeous.
Pretty cool.
There's your puffins. Puffins, puffins. Oh, you know whose work that looks like, but it isn't. Boy, are those pretty. Boy, the texture's just phenomenal on that. Wish the lighting was just a little better. You're getting away from me.
I am.
That's pretty with the dog.
Yeah, I like that one.
We got the appraisals going on. I love that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's out of Japan also. Very pretty.
Really neat.
Well, let's start heading back toward our booth. We got things to do. So we'll kind of troll. I guess we have one more morning.
We do.
But I mean, there's just, look at that one down there.
I know there's so many.
You can pick any way you want to go.
Well, if we keep going in order, then I'll try to remember where we were.
You'll remember where we were?
Well, I'll try to.
Yeah, right.
Try.
Hey, that's pretty.
I'll try to remember. Can't say that I'll remember for sure, but I'll try. That's pretty awesome.
All the turtles are couched. No, they're all appliqued.
It's pretty neat.
Very pretty hand-dyed.
And that horse coming out of
Look at this.
That's just nuts.
That's crazy.
That's
and
just-
I'd have walked right by it.
That's just crazy town right there.
That's all pieced.
Yeah.
And it's all rayons or silk, one or the other. It's got to be silks. Look at the little tiny piecing. I wish we had a size comparison.
Crazy town.
How can that not have a ribbon on it?
Amy, she's from West Virginia.
That thing is
Wow.
ridiculous. I don't know that I've ever seen such little piecing. How do you piece that? Do you have a little tiny microscopic sewing machine? Wouldn't your feed dogs eat that?
Well,
You sew through paper?
some of the times, maybe.
You do nothing but cuss.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. You give
Look at that.
you give brand new meaning to cuss words.
Look at it from a distance and then look at it. It's very three-dimensional.
Yeah.
You can see it
moves.
raining.
Yeah, it moves.
It's way cool.
can't come here and get inspired,
Something's wrong.
something's wrong. That's pretty with the black and pink and grays. Can I have a little bit more leash, Ma?
No.
Just a little bit more leash, Ma? Very pretty. Okay. To the left, babe.
To the left, to the left.
Just, you could really, really spend the day just in quilts.
Okay, I have to potty.
You have to go to the party?
Yep.
Okay. Why don't you hand me the microphone, and I'll walk back toward the booth and see a couple more things, and then I'll end it. So why don't you tell everybody goodbye?
Bye, everyone. I'm off to the party.
Off to the party. So AQS has a map of where do you quilt. So if you get a chance to pop on their website, you can put your little pinprick someplace. And we didn't see these. There's Claudia's other quilt. It's big. It's a wall hanger. But a lot to look at. If you're coming in, you come down the escalators. Winner's Circle is just right off behind Gamble. If you're looking for the FOF dealer that hooked Stephanie up, this is them right here. So if you're looking for a sewing machine and you're coming to the show, these are the folks that help Steph out. So they're easy to find.
Hey,
Morning.
how are ya? Morning.
More quilts. So I guess I'm going to head back toward the booth. And I'm glad you liked looking at quilts. And we can do a few more tomorrow morning. Tracy's tables. Very nice show layout this year. I thought it was kind of weird, but at first, but now that I've been pretty much walked all of it, it's laid out nice. It's a really cool booth. And of course our Caterpillar booth, but our Caterpillar girls aren't here. The owner's here. I haven't even been over to say hello, but Caterpillar always a big sponsor for me and Steph. They've done a light board again for the retreat. The retreat will be the weekend after Easter. We're doing an in-person and live Zoom. So we've been collecting prizes, and of course Caterpillar did another light board for us, so hard to go wrong like that. Martelli's, Calico Patch. So yeah, nice layout of the show. I'll be checking out the Wonderfill booth today because I need a little bit more thread. Puppies are rolling around in their carts. So right beside us is Block Party Studio, so they're always real nice to visit with Steph and so on.
Did Phil prepare you for the amount of people he's been hauling back and
So, well, guys, I'm going to let you go, and we're going to start our day. So thanks for watching. Bye, guys.